Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Jay. I want to talk about something that was brought up earlier today. I was hanging out with some friends and family members, and the topic of unplanned pregnancies came up, and it went from from a civil discussion to a pretty pretty intense one. I'm not gonna say everything that was said during that discussion here, but one of the things that were brought up was should people who don't have a lot of money have kids. So they were saying that it's their biological imperative and blah blah blah. They should be allowed to have kids. It's not fair. But I said, it's not that we don't want people without money to have kids. It's that we don't want people who can't take care of them not to have kids. If you have money but you're mentally incapacitated, it's not a good idea for you to have kids. If you're mentally sound and don't have money, it's also not a good idea to have kids. It's not eugenics. It's, at least in America, it's not eugenics, because you have the opportunity to move up. You have the opportunity to better your life. You have the opportunity to make more money, and once you do make that money, then you can have kids. It's not that we don't want you having kids. It's just that we don't want you having kids that you can't take care of. Because what ends up happening is, if you end up having kids you can't take care of, right? Then it becomes the community's job to take care of it, and the community is never going to take care of the kid the way a focused parent is. Let's say you do have a kid with a person who's not going to be a good father, right? And you end up having kids with this person. You end up splitting up, and the father's barely involved in the kid's life. Now you have to work to take care of the kid, right? You have to put him through daycare. You kind of mess him up. You mentally mess him up or her up. And the idea that I don't understand how the concept of get prepared before you have kids now becomes a borderline eugenics statement when it really isn't. At the end of the day, it's prepare yourself before you have. You're not gonna buy a car if you can't pay the monthly payments, though some of you probably do. You're not gonna buy a house, though if you can't make the monthly payments, though some of you probably do. And that's fine, because the only person's lives who are affected by it is you. But when you have a kid that you can't really take care of, it's not like they're gonna repo your kid. It's not like the bank is gonna foreclose on your kid and take him away from you, you know what I mean, and give him to somebody who's gonna take care of him. You end up taking care of him. Chances are you might not be in a good financial position to afford living in a good neighborhood, so now you're forced to live in a pretty messed up neighborhood, with no father figure. And now the kid has to grow up and overcome a lot of challenges that he didn't really have to overcome if the parents made better choices in having the kid. And people are like, how dare you, how can you say that, blah blah blah. I'm like, look, man, if people are allowed to celebrate abortions, right, then people should be allowed to say, hey, maybe you should use contraceptives before you have kids, and that shouldn't be as controversial. I don't understand how celebrating abortions is great, but saying, hey, maybe you should plan accordingly before you have a kid is borderline eugenics. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I think it's dumb. I think when people say you're never ready to have a kid, I think it's a bit misleading, because yeah, you might not be emotionally ready to have a kid, but you could be financially more prepared to have a kid, as opposed to just winging it. It's a kid's life. It's a person's life at stake. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What's your thought on this? Let me know if you if you guys think that, if you guys agree with me, if you guys disagree with me. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video. See you guys later.